The Team USA roster has been finalized with Kawhi Leonard filling that 12th spot. In my opinion, there's no way that Kyrie Irving and or a Jalen Brunson should not be on this current roster. I love the guys on the team for sure, but I mean, Kyrie Irving's game is literally made for the international scene. Like, it's box office. But I think it's bigger than basketball. We'll get into that after we watch what Kyrie had to say about the USA selections.
I wish my brothers well, and I just didn't fit into this team, and I think the deliberation process was a tough one. But again, I have nothing but respect for those guys over at USAB. At this point in my career, I think my focus should be on winning the championship, and in the summertime, just going to support those guys when I get a chance. I grew up in a time too. I wanted to say this. I grew up in a time too where we actually had to try out for USAB, and we did meet up as a group and as peers, and there was a mutual respect that we earned from one another and trying out and then seeing what five meshed well. So I think obviously the timing's a little bit different. But yeah, I kind of miss those days of just being able to get everybody together, break bread, and then compete against one another. And then the deliberation process happens at the end of like the 4 days or 5 day process, even though people know who's going to be on the team. You know what I'm saying? So I miss that fun part of it, of just getting together. But I wish my brothers well. I think
Well said piece there from Kyrie Irving. Let me go ahead and exit out of this before it starts playing in the background yet again, like I had to freaking fix it the last time. On that specific note, I want to say this. What Kyrie Irving said is valid. I grew up watching USA basketball where there would be the mini camps and then there'd be the Ball is Life, the Hoop mixtapes, whoever you name it, are there posting the 1v1s or the 5v5 scrimmage highlights. And it's like, damn, when's the last time we've seen that necessarily? Now it's like they're picking players. Well, I mean, Grant Hill actually was going to people's houses saying, is that a yes? So I'm like, it wasn't solidified. You made the jersey, flew out there, and you think to your face they're gonna say no? Like, of course they're gonna say yes, right? So it was really interesting to see this new wave of selecting the players. I do think there's a case where Jalen Brunson and Kyrie Irving should be on the team. Shoot, I'd even say De'Aaron Fox. And I know I might be a little biased, but in my opinion, this is no disrespect to any of the guys. I think what fits with the team is kind of obsolete when you get the 12 best players, okay, or you get just 12 good players. The NBA system, it's different per team. Like LeBron might be in a different role than what he is in LA. AD the same. Tyrese might be in a different role than what he is in Indiana, right? When you have guys that are for one common goal, from my understanding, there's no Olympic MVP unless I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Correct me if I'm wrong. But everybody's there for one common goal, to win gold. Steph Curry's never won it. LeBron's trying to get his third. KD's trying to get his fourth, right? I think you put Kyrie, Brunson, De'Aaron Fox into any of those roles, they'll be able to mesh. They're the best players in the world. So you telling me the best players in the world can't fit and place themselves into a role that contributes to winning basketball? Especially when you have like I said, again, the best players in the world. It won't be hard to tell Jalen Brunson, hey, I want you to be more of a distributor. Okay, cool. We got scores already. Hey, Kyrie, we want you to be more of a shooter and a distributor. All right, awesome. De'Aaron Fox, we want you to be more of a lockdown defender. Okay, cool. I can do that. There's not going to be one ball-dominant player on this team because we have so much talent. So I think the fit is obsolete. You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday does fit with this team for sure, offensive, defensive. Tyrese Halliburton would fit good with that second unit, but so would De'Aaron Fox, so would Kyrie Irving, and so would Jalen Brunson. Especially Kyrie Irving, man. I just think his game, like I said, is meant for the FIBA international game, but that's just my opinion. Now, what I really think is going on here is this, because Paul George is also missing from this list. And I think if Nike is dropping a player, right, they stop their contract with Kyrie and Paul George. I don't think they're going to advocate to bring them back onto the USA scene in which they're sponsoring the USA team. And I think they have a lot of wiggle room or a lot of say-so in the selection process. But in the NBA, it's different. Yes, they wear Nike uniforms and all that, but that is owner-based. So the owners pick the players to play for their team, right? Now you're in the USA scene where it's more so sponsored by a certain brand. I think they have a say-so on who gets picked and who doesn't. That's just my personal opinion. It could be fact or it could be cap. I don't know. But that's what I've come to the conclusion of. I would love to see Brunson and Kyrie for sure. Maybe you would insert them in place of Halliburton and Drew Holiday. Those are my guys. I have nothing but left. I'm just saying for what I would like to see too. And then you could even have a case to put De'Aaron Fox in there somewhere. I don't know. But experience matters. Kyrie's been there, done that. I think he should be on the roster. Moving forward. As of today, Caitlin Clark has inked in or is about to ink in a 8-figure shoe deal with Nike. And she gets her own signature shoe. Now, there's been some uproar on the Twitter sphere about the best WNBA player, which is A'ja Wilson, which I agree. 2-time champion, 2-time MVP, doesn't have a Nike shoe deal yet. My dude, the Kid Gowie, actually, had an interesting tweet about this. And I want to bring it up. Where is it at? Where you at? Just saw it. Damn it. I just saw it. Well, anywho, I'm not gonna find it. I thought I saw it. But anyways, basically what he was saying was, it's like when people are saying, oh, how does Wemby get a signature deal before Jokic? I mean, or that early on in his career. Like he was paraphrasing like, oh, Jokic 3-time MVP, yada, yada, yada. Why does Wemby get a shoe before? You know what I'm saying? It's first of all, I don't know if Jokic has his own shoe or not. I can't fact check that. But that's pretty much what he's saying. Like, why does the new school get shoes quicker than the old school? And he said hype is profited. It's very profitable. These brands are trying to profit on these players. So it's like, if Wemby's more hype than Jokic, why would we not give him a deal in his own shoe? Because we know we're going to sell tremendously. Like, top of the line, we're going to sell. Everybody's going to want to buy the first Wemby's. What? Over Jokic's personally. I mean, that's just kind of what would happen. So the same happening with Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson. The hype that Caitlin Clark has brought to WNBA, it'd be almost career suicide for a brand not to give her an 8-figure deal and give her own signature shoe. Not saying A'ja Wilson won't get her shoe eventually as being the best player in the WNBA. She'll get one. It just sucks right now because of the timing. Caitlin Clark is the most popping name in women's basketball in general. She is damn near the face of the WNBA without even touching a foot on the floor in the WNBA. Think about that for a second. That is, like, we haven't seen anything like this since LeBron James with the Nike deal at 18 years old, okay? And also, sometimes, this is what the general consensus would say, is that shoes sell better when they're guards. Sometimes. You got to think, like, a lot of good selling shoes are from guards. You got Devin Booker, John Morant, but Paul George when he was there, Kyrie Irving, right? Even LeBron, they count him as a guard forward. Kevin Durant, they say he's a 6'11" guard, right? They don't say a 7 foot big. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, subconsciously, no one's trying to buy a big man shoe, if that makes sense. Hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. With A'ja Wilson, I don't think it's the big thing that's a part of it. It's just, I don't know if they feel like they can maximize the hype around her getting her own shoe, which I disagree with. I think she should get her own shoe for sure. I think people would still buy that. She's the face, or one of the faces of the WNBA. I don't know why she wouldn't have one. Like Sabrina Ionescu has one. I probably butcher her last name. Breanna Stewart respectfully has one. Caitlin Clark now has one. I think someone has to step up to the table, Nike, and give A'ja her shoe deal that she deserves. But yeah, that's my spiel. Let me know what you think in the comments below. A lot's going on in the basketball world right now, but we're entering playoffs, so I'll be having my playoff breakdown once tomorrow's games are over and we actually get the 1 through 8 playoff seeds, the legit ones, once the playing tournament's over. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't, and like if you haven't as well. And if you like what I talk about, man, appreciate you. I'm just a normal civilian giving basketball takes. Sayonara.